Taytu Betul, an Ethiopian empress, was a force that shook the 19th century. Her bravery, intelligence, and political acumen are the stuff of legends. This formidable woman was born in the heart of Ethiopia, in a region known as Wollo, around the year 1851. The world wasn't ready for her, but she was ready to take the world by storm. In the early years of her life, Taytu Betul was shaped by the rich culture and traditions of her homeland. Raised amidst the rugged mountains and lush valleys of Wollo, she grew into a young woman of remarkable intelligence and indomitable spirit. Her early years were a crucible, forging her into the unyielding empress she would become. The year 1883 marked a turning point in Taytu Betul's life. She entered into marriage with Emperor Menelik II, becoming his third wife. This union wasn't just a marriage, it was a partnership of two formidable minds. Their alliance catapulted Taytu Betul to a prominent position in the Ethiopian royal court, where she proved herself to be more than just a consort. She was a force to be reckoned with. Taytu Betul was not just a queen who ruled from the shadows, she was a master of diplomacy and a key player in the court politics. Born in the mid-19th century in Wollo, Ethiopia, Taytu Betul was a woman ahead of her time. She was highly educated, a rarity for women of her era, and her intelligence shone brightly in her political acumen. Her education was not confined to the traditional roles of women, but encompassed a broad range of subjects, including politics, international relations, and diplomacy. She was not just a bystander in the court, she was an active participant, lending her voice and perspective to the decision-making process. Her insights were valued, her judgment trusted. She was a formidable presence in the court, wielding her influence with grace and subtlety. But where Taytu Betul truly shone was in her role as a diplomatic maestro. She played a pivotal role during the negotiations between Emperor Menelik II and foreign powers, including the European colonial powers that sought to extend their reach into Ethiopia. Taytu Betul was a bulwark, standing firm against the tide of colonial ambitions. Her diplomatic skills were exceptional. She could navigate the complex and often treacherous waters of international politics with finesse, striking a balance between maintaining Ethiopia's sovereignty and cultivating relationships with powerful nations. She was a skilled negotiator, able to hold her ground against seasoned diplomats and politicians. Taytu Betul's diplomatic prowess was on full display during the negotiations with Italy prior to the Battle of Ethiopia. She was instrumental in preserving Ethiopia's independence, refusing to yield to Italy's aggressive demands. She was a queen, a wife, but above all, she was a diplomat. She was the face of Ethiopia to the world, representing her country with dignity and strength. She was a beacon of resilience, standing up against the most powerful nations of her time, refusing to let her country be subjugated. Taytu Betul was an integral part of Ethiopia's diplomatic front, negotiating with some of the most powerful nations of her time. In 1896, Ethiopia faced a threat to its independence, and Taytu Betul emerged as a beacon of hope. The stage was set for the Battle of Adwa, a historic event that would determine the fate of Ethiopia's sovereignty. As the wife of Emperor Menelik II, Taytu Betul was not just a queen consort, but an active participant in the Ethiopian court politics. Her role in the preparations for the Battle of Adwa was not just significant, but instrumental. In the face of the impending Italian invasion, Taytu Betul was a force to be reckoned with. She was known for her strategic acumen, her ability to gather and analyze crucial intelligence, and her unwavering commitment to the defense of her homeland. It was Taytu Betul who advised Emperor Menelik II to mobilize the Ethiopian forces and prepare for the battle. Her strategic insights and advice were key to the Ethiopian victory. She understood the terrain, the strengths and weaknesses of her adversaries, and the importance of morale in warfare. She was a pillar of strength and resolve, rallying the troops and serving as a source of inspiration for all Ethiopians. Despite the odds against them, the Ethiopian forces under the leadership of Emperor Menelik II and the strategic guidance of Taytu Betul triumphed over the Italian army. This victory was not just a military success, but a powerful assertion of Ethiopia's sovereignty and a resounding rejection of European colonial ambitions. The Battle of Adwa was more than just a single event in Ethiopian history. It was a testament to the strategic foresight, political acumen, and indomitable spirit of Taytu Betul. Her contributions were instrumental in shaping the outcome of the battle and, by extension, the course of Ethiopian history. So, in the face of adversity, Taytu Betul stood tall, firm, and unyielding. The Battle of Adwa was a testament to Taytu Betul's strategic acumen and her indomitable spirit. Taytu Betul's assertiveness and political ambitions often put her at odds with the royal court. Such a statement is no exaggeration when you delve into the intricate tapestry of her political life. Taytu Betul was not one to shy away from the battlefield of politics, wielding her intelligence and wit as adeptly as any warrior would a sword. Among the many power struggles that peppered her career, one stands out in particular: her ongoing feud with Ras Mengesha Yohannes, a powerful nobleman and a rival of her husband, Emperor Menelik II. This was not a mere squabble among nobility, but a clash of titans, a struggle for influence and control at the heart of the Ethiopian Empire. Ras Mengesha Yohannes was a formidable adversary. Descended from Emperor Yohannes IV, he held considerable sway within the royal court. But Taytu Betul was no pushover. She was a woman of conviction, willing to confront and challenge those who threatened her husband's reign or the sovereignty of Ethiopia. The intrigues and power plays were myriad. There were alliances formed, loyalties tested, and strategies laid out like a game of chess. Taytu Betul, ever the astute politician, navigated this landscape with a deft hand. She was a force to be reckoned with, a power player in her own right. Yet, it wasn't just about power for Taytu Betul. It was about protecting her homeland, about ensuring the prosperity and independence of Ethiopia. Her assertiveness, her political acumen, and her unyielding spirit were all directed towards this end. And in this, she never wavered. Ras Mengesha Yohannes and others may have posed challenges, but Taytu Betul met them head-on. She stood her ground, refusing to be sidelined or silenced. And though she faced opposition, Taytu Betul's influence remained unshaken. Despite the conflicts and challenges, Taytu Betul's influence remained unshaken. This was a woman who knew the rules of the game and played them to her advantage, leaving an indelible mark on the annals of Ethiopian history. The death of Emperor Menelik II marked the end of an era, and with it, the decline of Taytu Betul's influence. As the winds of change swept through Ethiopia, Taytu Betul found herself stepping back from the political limelight. Her once vibrant presence in the royal court began to fade, and she retreated into a quieter, more private life. Following the emperor's death in 1913, Taytu Betul's role in the royal court diminished. The court intrigues and power struggles that had once consumed her daily life gradually receded. Yet, even in her withdrawal from public life, Taytu Betul remained a figure of respect and reverence. In the spring of 1918, on the 11th day of April, Taytu Betul breathed her last. Her final resting place is in the hallowed grounds of Selassie Cathedral in Addis Ababa, a testament to her status and significance in Ethiopian history. Taytu Betul's physical presence may have passed on, but her legacy remains potent and enduring. She is remembered as a courageous and influential figure, a woman of intellect, bravery, and unyielding determination. Her contributions to diplomacy and the defense of Ethiopian sovereignty, particularly during the Battle of Adwa, echo through the annals of Ethiopian history. Her story, woven into the fabric of Ethiopia's past, exemplifies the strength and resilience of Ethiopian women in positions of power during a pivotal period. She is a beacon of Ethiopian nationalism, a symbol of resistance against external threats to Ethiopian sovereignty. Taytu Betul's legacy reverberates beyond the borders of Ethiopia. Her story has been told and retold, passed down through generations, inspiring countless individuals with her strength, resilience, and unwavering commitment to her nation. Taytu Betul, a symbol of Ethiopian nationalism and resistance, continues to inspire people with her story of strength, resilience, and unwavering commitment to her nation. Her spirit, embodied in her legacy, continues to live on, influencing and shaping the course of Ethiopia's future.